All right. Well, welcome everybody, whoever's here right now. My name is Chuck. I run IsNowGlobal, a Black owned and Black run web hosting and web design firm. What we are normally doing today is, as you can see, let me go ahead and turn off this alarm here. And let's get today. I saw a tweet from a good friend of ours, Rich. Please go check out his Pinterest guide. He's a great guy. He gives a lot of really good information about how to use Pinterest to like kind of levy and gain a new following. We actually at here at Islam Global, we were actually looking into doing a lot of Pinterest things soon, and hopefully this links page we're going to create today will help with that. The main reason we're doing a links page is because a lot of people are using third-party links when they already have a website. And the main thing when it comes to that is if you don't necessarily want to use um, you don't necessarily want to use really like a third party site when you have your own. You can just create a subdomain, which we're not covering today. Today we're just covering the second option, which is to just create a second page on your website. Another page doesn't matter where it is, as long as it's attached to your main domain, and people can easily reach there if they need to. So please, thank you for joining. If you're here, I have a lot of great surprises for you coming down the line. But today, I want to first take some time to just take a quick like minute or two, maybe 10 seconds, just to honor those we have lost in the last, I don't even know how many weeks, months, years. Just take a moment now to just properly make sure we give those respects out. Okay. Sorry for the dead air, but we just had to make sure we at least paid our respects to those who have given their lives to change the world in the last couple of months. They were murdered, unfortunately. So to get to that, my condolences go out to George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and anybody else who's lost their lives in the last couple of just to the biggest gang in the world. And we're gonna leave it there. And not getting heavier, let's go ahead and get started. Uh, to kind of talk about, so first I want to say thank you to everybody who's here. I'd like to, with your permission, give you all like a really good applause for taking time out to actually learn something that might help you in building your audience out. So, without further ado, thank you so much for being here, and I appreciate you coming to learn, and hopefully you gain something out of this. As you can see on the screen right now is my that's my icon. There's my Twitter and my website. If you guys ever need any questions when it comes to this or any sort of tool we're going to use or display in the future, please feel free to reach out and um, reach out to my Twitter and or go to my website. I think we have a contact us page on there. Right now, we are in the midst of redesigning the website, so don't be afraid if you go to the website and it just happens to be down for a quick second. But without further ado, oh, there it is, Rich. I was just talking about Rich. Rich is the whole kind of the precipice of what we're doing here. He mentioned that you shouldn't really be using third party links to essentially link to your resources when you have a website that you could just create another page on. Um, Today, I'm going to show two ways on how to do this. The first way is going to be using WordPress. I know we sort of have a thing with WordPress right now, but a lot of people still use it. Um, Right now, I'm going to use WordPress and using a tool called Divi. Divi is an amazing tool that you can use to speed up your development time when it comes to developing, designing, and putting out WordPress sites. We recently started using this up until probably a month or two ago, and I have completely been changed by it. It's now my favorite tool in my arsenal. It's literally opened up so much more space in my life to get more stuff done because of how really good it is to use. Um, and I will, as we go along, I'll actually be dropping a link to Divi and take this template, get a logo, add some text here and there, and you'll be able to have a link page just for yourself, uh, with no need for a third party. So let's get over there. this is what the page looks like. I know, not the most beautiful page. I mean, to me, it's beautiful. My logo, I love my logo. It's probably going to change soon, but I do think it can be made more beautified by your gracious hands, that whoever gets to download this. So a cool thing about this is right now I have the reason that we see my site and my site, so you guys can just do a simple copy, like search and replace, to make sure that you're able to create the page. So as you can see here, we have a logo, we have a header text, a subheading text, button with a link, and a footer. When you download this template, you can get rid of the footer, you can keep it. I'd be happy if you kept it. Not either way. Once you download something, it's yours. So now we're gonna now that you've seen this page and how it works, the link goes nowhere. It's just mylinkhere.com, which is a fake broken link. Clicking it for S and S&G. So we're gonna go ahead and go back. That page didn't work. Another thing, always make sure your links work before you add them, make them go live, because when it comes to the internet, caching is a thing. And if you happen to like fall victim to cache and your link isn't working at a opportune time, it could be the worst. So let's get started. So to kind of get started on this, if you want this HTML template that I'm about to show you, just wait to the end of the video and we will, or edit live stream, and then you'll be able to have the live stream link you have the live link that will take you to the landing page or the link page, and then from there you can download the actual template. So let's get started. So unsimilar to the last section we had, which is Divi, this is just a pure HTML page that I built using HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, some JavaScript. I think there's a little bit of jQuery in there, but it's relatively quick to load. I'll show you how quick it is to load right now, but it's a hard refresh. It's already loaded. That's what I'm trying to show now, is how quick it is to load. So let's move on forward to the next section here. All right, so let's go ahead. So this is the HTML. There's only one file that's important in here. There's a README. That just kind of gives you information about us. But the only two important files you want to mess around with in here are index.html and main.css. I purposely left the logos and everything as logo favicon and logo header, so that you guys can just rename your logo that, drop it into the file, overwrite the logo, and you'll be good to go. So I'm not gonna do that this time because I don't necessarily have the assets ready to do this. But if anybody wants, I guess whoever's in here and has a quick access to their Google Drive and it can share, let's not even go there. I was gonna have one of you guys send me your logo and I'd make your page. But let's do that. Let's say that for next time. Let's keep things kind of on track here. All right, let's go back to my script and see if I'm still on track with my script. Yes, there is indeed a script for this, as crazy as it sounds. So we have done the intro, done that, we've done the Divi, and now we're on simple HTML. So let's explain what the H is on your page. I know I don't know if I should curse or not. I don't know if the kids are watching. If you have kids, I'm gonna try not to curse, in case you're watching it with them. It's a good learning thing for kids. So first things first, we're gonna start at the top, going top down, and we're gonna go from here to the CSS file, because CSS won't make sense unless you know what the HTML looks like. So this is the title. This is pretty important. It's the title your users will see when they click the link, and when they're in Chrome and in the browser tab, to kind of find out what tab they're in. This is what you want to use to get to remind them that this tab is their tab or your tab. In this case, I named it the IsNowGlobal link template. So this is gonna be my real live link pages after this. So I'm gonna take my time to actually change some of this to real things. IsNowGlobal link pages. I should probably change this to my site, and I might just do it before I re-upload it. As you can see here, I have the viewport of the page set to the width of the page. What this does essentially is that regardless of how big the page becomes in terms of how you design it, the browser will still try to force its way to keep it mobile friendly. And because of the tools like Bootstrap, Font Awesome, and Animate, that CSS we're using, it will look very well. It will scale between different pages just as well as Divi did. So that's the first thing you want to do. Is the first thing you want to do in the HTML template is change the title to what you like the title to actually be. The character set, I'm not gonna go through every single meta tag. I will another video because they are important. But right now, let's just go through the important ones. Link. So what this is the icon, the favicon. What it essentially is in the browser in Chrome. Let's just use Chrome for example. When they see the tab and they see the name of the tab, the icon that stands right next to that, in this case, like the Facebook logo or the Twitter logo, this is where you would make sure to put that. As you can see, right now the favicon is set up to be my IsNowGlobal logo, and really realistically, it's I'm gonna move this down a little bit. Yeah, we'll leave it. Realistically, you want to make sure this icon is the one that you want. So before you go live, rename your logo to favicon.ico and then drop it in this folder here. I think if you're using brackets, this is brackets, you can just drop it in here and it should overwrite. If it doesn't, then delete the old one first, put the new one in second, and refresh by clicking here and refreshing. So let's move on. So that's and I have some notes here to let you know exactly what they are. So if you can read along and or just follow along what I'm saying. These are all CSS imports. I can explain these. So in the vendor folder here, I took the liberty of going out and grabbing all the Bootstrap and Countdown and jQuery and select and tilt all of those special dependencies that you may or may not spend time or an effort trying to get. I just put it in here for you, save you guys some time. So I have them all in here. They're all properly working. This is where we're gonna get to in a second, which is the only kind of custom CSS I added to this actual template here. So here we go. So as you can see here, I clearly say change the meta tags to make sure your site has good SEO. This is important. One way we can do this is we can go as far as to just control search and replace, which I think I don't remember what the actual command is, but we can just use the tool here that we have. So normally you would do my underscore site and just replace it with like your name. Like in this case, our company name is IsNowGlobal. So we're gonna go through and replace it. So replacing welcome to IsNowGlobal. These are my links. First, we're gonna do that. Yeah, I know. I'm a sucker for specifically not stopping halfway and fixing things that shouldn't even matter right now. So back to find and replace. So my site, replaced it with IsNowGlobal. Okay, and we're gonna go and replace that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. Okay, replace all. So you went ahead and replace all of them. That was just us making sure that we found all the ones we had first, and now we're gonna go ahead and replace all of them. So now every single one, except for this one that I forgot to remove the brackets on, has there we go, has our name where it says my site, and as you can, and so we're gonna go back up to the top. So we've changed the welcome to. So welcome to my site. My site is IsNowGlobal. These are my links. Please change this content to whatever you'd like it to say. This is like a very generic grab their attention thing. And I'm gonna go ahead and fix this. It should be changed to your name, to your site name. Okay, and so what I'm explaining to you right now is a Twitter card. Whenever you share a link on Twitter, if you ever wondered why you don't necessarily see that giant card that says your name, and it's because you're missing meta tags. Twitter does not have some kind of office that says, hey, you get a Twitter card and you don't. They kind of rely on you to make sure that your Twitter card or your Twitter meta tags are set on your website. And when you post them, Twitter will go and send a quick request to your website, see if you actually have those meta tags, grab the meta tags, and then create the card for you. This is a very crucial part and I spend a lot of time on this because I see a lot of people posting links that don't have pictures or are missing text. And I want to show you how to properly handle that. And I may do it. I'll show you a quick tip. But just remember that these tags are important for your sharing and SEO and bringing in new client and bringing in new customers essentially. So first things first, the description. This is what you want to Google to grab. So if you want Google to grab, welcome to HMTL-Understanding Web. These are my links. Put that inside of your description. I'm sorry about the cough. Another thing you want to do is the site name. This is essentially what you want. Oh, I left the sign up for HMTL-Understanding Web newsletter. Yeah, you'll see this. This is based on some of those. So site name is now global links. Okay, so now we have our links there, and that's our site name. That's what's gonna show up underneath our URL in our Twitter card, and I'll hopefully show that when I post this later. I'm gonna post this link underneath my live stream, so you guys can just grab the links there. So that's the links, and this is where you would put the type of image you want. So if you want a video in your Twitter card, you would change this to summary large video. I think that's a tag. I don't have time right now to go look up the OG type itself, but I will put it as a note inside of the README later. But you would right now, I want it to be a big image, so I'm gonna say summary large image. And again, this is just the title, and it's not global links. It's a great title. Same with the site name. And then as you can see, these are OG, which is called Open Graph. Open Graph is the original card meta description on the internet. Whenever you share a link in your text, like in your iMessage, and it comes up as a card, it's actually using the Open Graph card versus the Twitter card. This is why I actually have both in there, because it's rather important to have your Twitter card and your OG card, because it really makes a big difference when you're posting this. So when you post it, basically this allows you to know that when you post this link anywhere, you will always see the link, the text you want, you always see the image you want, and it essentially just allows you to keep branding and really advertising consistent, because this also goes into advertising as well. It's the exact same thing you do for advertising, but we don't have to pay for this. It's not free advertising, but it's sort of a way for you to make your link stand out on Twitter. So that's the Twitter description. This is the most important part I have to kind of go into. Twitter would not actually render your card properly. They might render it somewhat, but the only way to properly get your Twitter card to render is to have a real active Twitter account. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna put. So if you have a personal Twitter account and you have a business account, you put the business account in Twitter site, and you put your personal account in Twitter creator. This essentially will allow you that basically either of those Twitters that you post this on will render the card correctly. It will always default to creator, so it should as long as the creator is real, the card will always render for the most part. But this allows you to explicitly make sure you get the card to render on other platforms as well, or on other parts of Twitter as well that aren't you posting it. Okay, now here comes the part. As Rich would say, Rich, please chime in here in the chat if you want to give them the real there. You want to make sure you put an alternate text for your image. It's rather important, because realistically, when a search engine goes and grabs this, they are looking for this. If not, your picture is going to have no name. It's going to get flooded to the bottom 30th page of Google Images, where no one will be able to use it. But if you put an alt tag, when people search HMTL-Understanding logo on Google, they will see the HMTL-Understanding logo, because this image alt text is where Google's going to go look for it. So that's the important thing with using alternate tags. If you ever, I'm going to try and find Rich's text or tweet where he had to go. I think he did like 2,000 images from like years ago, but that's how important it is that someone like Rich is really saying he's willing to go back and spend hours changing the alternate tag on 2,000 or more images just to make sure that they're able to actually be searchable on SEO. So next part is the Twitter image. Here is where you'd put your image. And I'm gonna explain this little part right here in a second. This is sort of this is a little minuscule thing, but it makes a big difference in Twitter cards. So here you wanna you can use a relative addressing, but I always find it sort of easier to use a link to an image that's actually publicly accessible on the internet versus like relying on your relative addressing. So in this case, I have this as my logo, which, as you can see, brackets actually goes and picks up correctly. Now, I learned this really recently. Twitter will only refresh this tag once a week, I want to say. It may be once a day or once an hour. It could be once an hour, once a week. But if you want a quick little tip on how to make Twitter immediately grab the new image, is to add some sort of extra tag to the end of it. Doesn't matter what it is. You do want to make sure you have something that you can like look up in your analytics, because we at IsNowGlobal have analytics built into all of our things. If you need help with bringing analytics into your website, please, when this is done, and click on the console link when we're done with this, and I'll be able to help you out. But the important thing is, if you ever want Twitter to immediately take the new image you have put in the image tag, add some sort of caret, which is just a question mark and some kind of three-letter alphanumeric thing. You want to make sure it's like, it pertains to you. So in this case, link, let's call it link pages. So LP for link pages, and let's call it LP. This essentially will be that whenever someone clicks on this link, they will, in your analytics tool, it will actually tell the user that, or tell you that this user came from this specific image and nowhere else. Because you're gonna have this image a million places, so you want to add a little part of the image that lets you know where that image came from. And here, this is essentially just like the URL that is going to show inside of the meta tag. This one's actually an OG one, Open Graph, so Twitter won't necessarily look at this one, but this is good for when you actually want to send to people who are not on Twitter. So let's get down to the image alt. So this is the Open Graph image alt. So similar to the Twitter alt, is you want to make sure you have this in here so that Google can grab your image and put it in SEO rankings correctly. You want to make sure that the image type is image PNG if you're using a PNG. This is, it doesn't necessarily matter, I think, but I do think that Google does take it seriously that if you have a JPEG and an image PNG one, it may lower its value or its weight, quote unquote. So just make sure your image type and the image type you're using actually match. So if you're going to use a JPEG, here's a quick little, not secret, but it goes way deeper. But to kind of give you a little thing is, you can just change a JPEG to a PNG by just changing the actual extension. If you're in a Mac, it will ask you if you want to change it. Just say yes. Quick way of doing that without having to go into Photoshop and exporting. So that's a quick way of getting that done. Just rename your JPEG to .png and make sure it matches that. This is the height and width. 1080 by 1080 is just a good size. It allows you to make sure that you're, it allows you to make, oh my God, we're about an hour now. Well, we're getting close to the end. Or not close to the end. We're getting closer to like the bottom of the page, because there's not much to do here. This is just explaining what's in the actual template. So to keep going, 1080 by 1080, it just makes sure that your image fits within the box, because Twitter's box is it's not 1080 by 1080, but it scales up to be 1080 by 1080. So if your image is also 1080 by 1080, Twitter will automatically size the image to the right size. And again, this is, so it's similar to the Open Graph image, similar to the Twitter image. Is, again, you just want to make sure that you have Twitter saying, so this is the LPT, so link page Twitter image, and LPO, so link page Open Graph image. Here's where you put any sort of tracking analytics that you have. If you have Google Analytics, put your tag here. If you're one of my clients using IsNowGlobal Analytics, you already have it in here. If not, let me know and I'll add it here. Or you can just go ahead and take the email I sent you and put it here. And that's the header. That's the majority of what this is going to be about. I want to make sure that I explained this, because you can grab this template, but if you don't know what any of this is, it's sort of useless because there's so much in there. But again, there's some really, really good comments here. If they're not good, let me know. That should help you out. So let's go down. So now we're going to show you what the page looks like. So we're going to go back. So that's the header. This is the Favicon. Oh, you can't see it, but I'll try to move it down a little bit here. But essentially, there's in the tab, there's going to be a little Favicon when you refresh the page, as well as the name of the actual page. So this is what all that does. It just makes sure that, and a lot of that you just saw is not seen on the main page. It's seen behind the scenes. So this is what I mean by there's a lot of behind the scenes things that come along with link pages that they're not really said. So this will allow you to have your links page have some really good actual converting resources on it. So this is the header, this is the logo, and this is subtext. So remember this for when we go back to our page right now. All right. So now we're back. So I just mentioned that logo at the top of the page. That logo is this source right here. As you can see in you might be able to see, but if you can see very well, it's actually referencing and showing that logo that's on the page, right? And we're gonna go ahead. I'm not gonna change this color to Nipsey blue because it's non-global green. But I will show you how to change the color if you need to. So essentially, this is our logo. If you want to change the logo, just make sure you overwrite logo.png, which is images, icons, and logo.png. So this one, you really have to make sure that this logo is overwritten with this one. And once you do that, it will automatically change the logo on your page. So in this case, we can change it to the Favicon if we want to. We can do, which logo is this? This is the old logo. This is the new logo. So let's go ahead and let's go ahead and replace it with the old logo and show you what all that looks like. So we just changed the logo on this page, but by literally just adding that part of the name, you can see right now in brackets it's already realizing that that's my old logo. And if we go to the page, I'm sorry for the switching. I refresh the page. Now you can actually see our logo. A lot bigger than it should be, but for now, that's just what we're going to use to show it off. And we're going to change it back in a second or two here. And like I said, as long as you can really name it the picture whatever you want, as long as it's in the images icons folder and it's named properly here, the page will pull it up correctly. And so now find all the links for IsNowGlobal below. And for those who are here, I'm going to put a little message for you all here because it's going to go live after this live stream right now. And I'm going to put a little message for you guys here. So thank you for coming. Can't spell you correctly. Thank you for coming to the live stream. Below you will find all the links. Oops, missed the D and find. We added for you to use. Okay, so that essentially now, so I'm going to save that and I'm going to show you what that looks like on the main page. So as you can see, the logo went back to normal. Find all links for IsNowGlobal below. Thank you all for coming to the live stream. Below you will find all the links that we added for you to use. And that's how you change that. There are only two things to change on the page, and then I'm going to show you how to change the button. Okay. And if you're still here, which I'm hoping there's still someone here, I'm gonna have the links be live, so you'll be able to use the links after this. So you can download this template if you need to. And so this was the logo section below the section, and this is the section with that information where we just said a thank you. And here's the button. This is the button. This right here is necessarily all you need for the button. You can see it says name of the link. So just like before, this time I'm going to start out with the HTML template link. So link to this HTML template. And I'm going to go ahead and add the link for that right now. So let me grab that link for you. Sorry about that. Grabbing the link. Download link. There it is. So copy this. And if you're one of my more smart and savvy followers here, you can just like type the link out on the page and get there early. But this essentially will take you right to the download link. And the download essentially this will give you access to one of our really, really cool upcoming tools that anyone will be able to use. And I'll be having another live stream about how that goes later. But right now, I just want you all to have the ability to, get the link that you want. So this is the link to the actual page. We're gonna copy this div 5 more times. So copy one up, then copy it right. So you want to copy the full line. So copy, paste, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's save that and see what it looks like, because I genuinely should have checked it before I did this, but let's see. Should have 5 buttons there now. Boom, we got 5 buttons. So the second button we're gonna have is link to Divi. Link to Divi. Affiliate. Again, if I spelled affiliate wrong, don't make fun of me. No. Not all of us are not all of us are phonetically gifted. All right, so let's grab the Divi link. And before this video ends, I'm actually gonna make this link live. And I'm gonna have IsNowGlobal text you the link right now. So the link will be live at https://isnowglobal.com/links. All right. So I prepped that, and then we're gonna save that, and we're just gonna go through and do all the rest of the links right now when we have a chance to. So let's do the onboarding. Do the onboarding link. All right. Link to onboarding. So if any of you guys are interested in having WordPress or a place to host your website, let me know, or just go to the link and fill out the onboarding link, and one of our team will get back to you as soon as we can. So now we're just gonna paste the link in the href. So the link goes in the href, and the text you want to show goes in between the A. Just want to make sure I clarify that. The link that you're going to give to your users goes in the href of the A. And the template comes with just the one link and not 6 like I have right now. So it's a lot easier to read. So onboarding goes here. Name of the button goes here. The next one we're going to actually use is our email list. So that one's so basically same thing. It's going to grab the email list and the link. So the email list goes in here, and we're going to go ahead and paste this here. And this is linked to our email list. Space there. And then consulting is the next one. So I'm gonna go. I think I remember this one. It's just a capital C in the consult. So consult. And a good thing about that little extra caret is if you want to add a little extra caret, always do that. You can do like LP con. So this will let you know that whenever your analytics picks up someone going to your consulting page, if you're tracking that, it will remember that it came from your link pages and not anywhere else. But as of right now, we're going to be okay. I'm going to add tracking in afterwards before I make it live. I'm going to do that out of the screen. So don't worry. I'll explain how to use tracking and links rather soon. Just bear with me on this. So we're going to be there. So this is the consult. So this is our link to consulting. Again, I am not the best at copy, so do as I say, not, well, I guess do as I do and I say in this case, but do better than I do, but do as I say, but do better than I do. Yeah, go with that. All right. And you know what? I think the last link is just a link to the main page. Link to main is now global site. And that link is just a simple old isnowglobal.com. All right, let's save that and let's go ahead and see what we have. So here's our link. Here's our newly finished link pages. You got our link to HTML template, you got our link to our Divi, link to the onboarding, link to our email list, link to our consulting list, and a link to our main site. So we've got all that in here now. Let's click on one and see how they go. Let's go ahead and do that. I meant to add the ability to open up a new page, and I think I can do that. So as you can see, we just clicked on our link to the main site, and it took us to our main site. You guys can go to isnowglobal.com and check out our site if you want to, and it's great. We got some good designs on here. Again, shout out to, this is Bitcoin Vegan with Verticulture. Some of our other clients are for stackers only. Got to keep our stackers going. So again, we do what we can. We're here. But we are here to support our Black creators, obviously. So so this is basically a whole page. Let's go to our onboarding. This takes you to our onboarding. This is our redirect onboarding page, and here's our onboarding site. And so that's how simple it is to do a links page. And I've already saved you a lot of time, and all of you can just watch this live stream whenever you need to, if you need to figure out how to do live stream. Let me go ahead and show you where to download the page. So when this goes live, in about 5 or 10 minutes here, you can just click here, and if you want to download our template, all you gotta do is this is our. So for everybody watching here, you're getting a very big sneak peek. This is our IsNowGlobal Payment Solution Manager. We've been talking with a lot of creators out there, and we know that you guys want the ability to be able to sell your products directly to your customers and your clients and your audience, and you don't want to have to worry about a third party or fees, or if you just want a purely hosted place where you can make your money and have everything be great. Reach out to us. Actually, hilariously enough, head over to our links page and follow our onboarding. Let us know that you want a payment solution, and then we'll set one up for you. We work with all creators of all kinds, and so when you guys go to that link, please let me know that you guys can do that. Override amount. That's good to know. That was me logged in. That's what it looks like when you're logged in. When you're not logged in, you'll see it looks different. But here's our link to our email list. If you want to sign up to our email list, let us know. As you see, the link page is based completely on our pages. So everything we use, we don't give you anything we don't use. Also, let me show you how to change the background color. That's probably important. So let's change the background color to something else, just because we can. To do that, to change the background color, what you want to do is you want to open up the CSS page, right? And I left some really just simple notes in here. If you want to change the color of the site, you just do your search and replace. In this case, you replace here. As you can see, it says to replace hashtag. It literally starts searching immediately. So 138A72. And let's replace that with the blue that we have on Divi, actually. So we can make our page look like Divi page. So let's go back here to Divi. I'm on Divi in a different page here, so don't worry, I'm not ignoring you all. So let's go ahead and grab the color, which is 007 7FEO0. And we're gonna replace all. We're gonna save this for now. And then we're gonna go ahead and see what that looks like when we change it back. So now we've changed the color of the page. Refresh. Boom. And that's how simple it is to change the color of the template. You just search and replace one thing and everything else will follow. As you can see, the buttons all work correctly. The page looks blue. And that's how you do. That's the template. It's very simple. I put some notes in there. Anybody who's still here has any questions, please let me know. I know we're about a minute, an hour, and a quarter in here. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna make this back to green. I'm gonna go ahead and do undo. So now it's back to all green. I'm gonna save it, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm gonna make this live. So I'm gonna change scenes to the actual back to the loading screen. And I'm gonna just I'm gonna go ahead and make the website live, and then you guys will all have access to it. So let's go back to our main loading screen here. I'm just gonna turn off the timer. All right, thank you all for coming to this live stream. I know it wasn't a little bit longer. I was hoping to go for a half hour and then do an hour and an hour and a quarter. I hope you all liked it. I hope you all learned something. Please follow me. As you see, my Twitter is on the screen. IsNowGlobal.com is on the screen. Please check us out if you need anything. If you need web hosting, if you need a server, if you need WordPress, if you need a mailing list, if you need email, if you need any of those things, please let us know. We are here to support you, you amazing people, and just for making it through. Let's get you another round of applause. Come on, another round of applause. That was a very respectable applause. No. Forget being respectable. You guys have been great. Let's give you guys. Gotta give you guys the really good handshake here. So, before I get off here, I'm gonna go ahead and make that link live. And if you give me 1 minute here, I will actually make the link live. So the description is non-global links. Yep. And I think that's good. Okay. So, while you're waiting here, I know this page is just blank. There's not much right here. I am still here. I'm gonna put a little thing here that says I'm still here. Let me go ahead and change that. Stream. Still here. Okay. Still here. All right. So let's letting people know that we're still here. And now we're not gone. So while we're here, everybody else still joining? I think we have some more comments. Okay, hey Jay, how do you feel about this whole situation, Jay? Let me know what your thoughts are, Jay. I'd love to hear from you. While I'm making a site live, if anybody has any questions, let me go ahead and put any questions on the screen as well. Questions, comments, concerns. If y'all got concerns, let me know. I need to make sure y'all have y'all concerns, properly identified. Okay. So questions, comments, concerns, let me know. I'm gonna go ahead and make this site live while we're here. So let's do that by making sure I have tracking involved. So let's get some tracking in here. And for everybody who's wondering what my tracking, IsNowGlobal for all their clients, make sure that you have tracking from the start. So before we launch any page, and I mean any page, we make sure and guarantee that you have tracking available on that page, and that way you can actually have your audience the right way. So let's go ahead and grab this right here, copy this, not search Google for it, sorry. Copy this, and then it's going to drop it in here. Let's go ahead and customize JavaScript tracking real quick here. Track visitors here. Yep. And website is that. How do I guess okay, I have to make a new tracking code, sorry. So let's create a new tracking code. Manage, add new measurable, add new website. Website is IsNowGlobal links. And again, if you have any questions or concerns, please let me know. IsNowGlobal links. HTTPS IsNowGlobal.com/links. And Yeah, that's good for now. And I think that's good there. Tracking, and save. And let's go ahead and edit that and see if we can add some more things to it. Okay. Tracking code. Tracking code for, what is this for? No, wrong one. Needed for the is non-global links. There we go. Track users there. Track users there. Track. Track that one for sure. And then we just copy and paste this inside of the header where we start to put our Google tag. I'm not going to show you that because there's some pertinent information in there. But this is us. This is where you would normally add tracking before you get out. For anybody who's still in the chat, if you have any questions or concerns, right now I'm about to make the links live so you can go actually see the page. So if you have any questions or concerns, please let me know while I'm making this live. And let me go ahead and save this. So now we have tracking on that page. We have footer. We have the 2020. We have this, and we have link template in there. Okay, we're good to make this live. I think everything else is in place. And so now I'm going to make this link live, and I'm going to send it over to you all. And let's do that now. In my other page, please. Yes, thank you. Let's go ahead and duplicate this. Perfect. We're going to rename it to links. Okay, and what I'm going to do is IsNowGlobal software, open a new tab, go to templates, our freebie, which is this, our links, and we're just going to drop that in our main page. This may take a bit, but we're pretty close. I guess no questions. We're almost done here, y'all. In about 1 minute, the link will be live, or in about a minute and a half, the link will be live, and I'm going to post the link in the chat. And really, you all deserve another round of applause. Thank you all for coming. It's been a blast. I plan on doing way more of these in the future. Please let me know if you have anything else. So yeah, so I mean, I have gigabit internet, and it's still taking a while to upload this. Gonna have to give my internet service provider a call after this, and then ask them why my upload speeds are abysmal right now. Oh no, there we go. It just like jumped. It must have been a big file I was trying to transfer at once. Yeah. So for anybody in there, we are basically about done. I don't know if we're about a hour and a half in right now, but right now I'm just making the link live. Also, I now realize I'm live streaming, so it's probably why it's taking so long to upload it, because it's going directly to my server. We're bypassing like development and all that stuff. So all of my developers in here, don't shame me for going directly to production. I think doing this during a demo is not the worst thing. Okay. Now that I'm done stalling, the pages should be live in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So while we're doing that, let's go ahead and go to isnonglobal.com/links and see if it's up. It's up. Hey, link's up. And you guys can now go check it out. That's the link. Anybody still in the chat? Our links are live. So now if you go to isnonglobal.com/links, you can now see the page live. This is what it looked like before. This is what it's going to look like now. So go to isnonglobal.com, isnowglobal.com/links. And so let me show you guys what that looks like, and I'll head back to my scene 2. So this is what the page looked like before. My apologies, I was still in the wrong one. So anybody still in here, that's the link. You can always go to that there. And this is what it looked like before, once we changed everything, and now it's live. So now if you go to isnonglobal.com/L links, you will be able to go to download the template, get our Divi affiliate link, our onboarding link, our email list link, my consulting link, and a link to the main site. thank you all for being here. I truly appreciate it. It means a lot that you guys are willing to spend an hour and a half here learning with me, and hopefully in the future I can bring more things to you. So thank you very much. We're gonna cut this right about here. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and put the scene, the loading scene back on. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please reach out. Please reach out to Twitter. Reach out on Twitter at IsNowGlobal. Chuck. Or yeah, there we go. So reach out on Twitter. All right. So if you guys want to, if you have any questions, concerns, or comments, please reach out to me at IsNowGlobal Chuck on Twitter. I appreciate you all being here, and one more round of applause for everybody who's been in here. Please, you all deserve it. Thank you very much. Again, I've been Chuck from IsNowGlobal, and this has been us learning how to create link pages with not only Divi but a sample HTML page. And if you want the template that we're giving out, the free template, just go ahead and actually head to the link that we just sent in the chat. So anybody in here, we have just finished the links, and if you need to know where the links are, I'm gonna send a link one more time in the chat. Head over to isnowglobal.com/links. I'm gonna go ahead and add that on here. I'm gonna duplicate this. So copy, paste, duplicate, and I'm gonna go ahead and move this here. Link page live at isnowglobal.com/links. Yeah. So anybody who has any questions about what we're doing, the link page is live at isnowglobal.com/links. So please head there now. If you let me make this bigger so you guys can see a little better. So yeah, the link page is live at isnowglobal.com/links. If you guys want to go ahead and check there and check it out, download the template, let me know. Have a wonderful, blessed IsNowGlobal day. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate you all. Goodbye. I'm actually gonna have you guys go out with my song. So if you guys were here during the intro, I played a little bit of a snippet of a song that I've been working on. Not a big deal. It's gonna be the song I'm gonna use for all the live streams going forward. So just gonna give you a little sneak preview of it right now. So thank you all. I'm gonna leave you with this for the last 3 minutes of the live stream here. So thank you very much and goodbye.